so excited to talk with you today about our microdose collection. If you find yourself here, it's because you are interested in learning a little bit more about microdosing, the energetics behind it, the science behind it, and you're interested in learning about the particular blend that you are working with. So to start, I want to explain what is microdosing. Microdosing is when you are taking a sub-perceptual amount of a master plant, really of any plant, but in this particular case, we're speaking about magic mushrooms, psychedelic mushrooms, psilocybin cubensis. And in this particular case, mushroom medicine really helps us to soften, to come into a more compassionate space. In shamanism, we call mushrooms los niños santos, the little children. We call them the bringers of light. This is a beautiful medicine that will support you in connecting back to your inner child. It's also deeply nourishing, deeply nutritive, caregiving. It shows us the shadow parts of ourselves through a compassionate lens. So if you are in that space where you are meeting a shadow aspect of yourself, if you are willingly stepping into exploring a shadow aspect of yourself, or if you're needing support in this moment as you traverse the uncharted waters of life, microdosing mushrooms can be extremely supportive. At Yabisi, we are such proponents for gentle medicine. I love master plants. I'm so grateful that so many of us are finding accessible ways to work and to be in relationship with these master plants. But sometimes the medicine can be really intense. Sometimes you are a highly sensitive person like myself, and doing larger amounts of plant medicines can leave you feeling a little bit more dissociated. You might find that you've received so much clarity, you have a clearer understanding of things, you kind of know what needs to go, you know what is happening within your physical body that is emotional, emotions or spiritual dis-ease manifested, but you're like, I don't even know where to start. You feel a little bit like paralyzed by everything you've learned, and so you don't really take those initiatory steps. Or you sort of, again, disassociate, sort of block that experience out. You're just like, that was something I needed to see, but, thinking that the medicine's gonna work for you, when really it often just shows us, it lifts the veil, I call it. Microdosing medicine is really special because you are able to consume the medicine, be in relation with the medicine, and also be fully present in your everyday life. So in our blends, we're using 0.25 grams, so a little less than a quarter gram of mushrooms, which when you take them, even as a highly sensitive person, they're sub-perceptual. You're not feeling out of self, you're not hallucinating, you're not feeling much difference except for this art of awareness that comes in, this sort of perspective shift that comes in. And as we go through each particular blend, you'll get what I'm saying. I love to work with other supportive herbs, other supportive allies. I call it like the entourage. So we know that the active medicine in these blends is mushrooms, magic mushrooms. And these magic mushrooms we know are helping us to find our inner light, find compassion and softness, come back into contact with our younger selves. I feel like when we are more divinely closer to our purpose and to our true essence. So we know that this medicine is already helping that. So when we combine that with other herbs, it sort of helps the mushroom medicine to be gently guided to other spaces where we need particular support. And again, taking this low amount allows us to be fully present. If you are feeling triggered or finding looping thoughts happen throughout your day, taking the mushroom medicine and being in this space of mindfulness, in this act of noticing, we begin to see when these triggers arise. We're able to take a step back and decide, do I go back into this loop that I find myself in? Do I react in the way that I have been, that your body or your mind wants to automatically trigger into? Or do you take a breath and, sort of take an emotional and like a boundary step back? So that is where the magic happens. That is where the neuroregenesis, the like new neural pathways are being created. It's where we're foraging forward, we're starting over. And again, on this gentle way, it's like low and slow, but I have found for many of us, not all of us, for many of us, the low and slow route are the ways that we can stick with change, the way that we really see change manifested. I hope that this is supportive for you, and I'm excited to dive into your chosen plant medicines. Is Jurema. Jurema is a microdose that speaks to grief, transition, heartbreak, allowing things to fall away, and being in that threshold space of what once was and walking towards what is to become, what is to be sought. The name Jurema is that of an Amazonian cabocla, an Amazonian warrior. She represents the unseen. In my spiritual path, she walks hand in hand with Yorisha Ochosi. Ochosi is connected to the spirit of the hunter. He walks with his bow and arrow. He's very agile, very keen, very present, works on instinct. And his opposite, or his partner, is Jurema. She represents the deep feminine. She represents that which is to be sought. She represents intuition. She represents overcoming through going within. So this is a beautiful, again, medicine for the person who is overcoming grief, heartbreak, and the many levels that we meet that throughout our lifetimes. Sometimes grief is not only met by the loss of a close person, a loved one. Grief can also be met by witnessing genocide, witnessing terrible acts happening around us in the world. Grief can also come from releasing a version of yourself that you know is not serving anymore, but sometimes it's a little bit hard to break the patterns. Grief is missing a younger version of yourself, or realizing that a particular path or experiences in life are no longer available to you anymore, or you've chosen to walk away. There's so many ways that grief shows up in our lives, in our bodies, and in our journey of life. Jurema is here to support you through that transition. In each capsule, there's 0.25 grams or a quarter gram of golden teacher mushroom, which is the psychoactive component, and the rest is bobinsana. Bobinsana is an Amazonian flower tree. We use the full tree. We use the bark, the root, the leaves, and the flowers in each capsule. Bobinsana is ruled by that deity Jurema, representing that space of overcoming, repairing the heart, repairing what love can feel like and capacity can be. In these particular blends, there are 15 microdose capsules. When you open up your bottle, you notice that there is a muslin bag at top. Removing the muslin bag, you'll find those 15 dosed capsules. On the bottom, which is what you hear, you'll find 25 capsules that are non-infused. So this will contain just the flower bobinsana. And these are meant to be taken on every day that you are not microdosing. When you receive your Jurema, you will also receive a QR code for our Journeyers Roadmap. This is an ebook that I wrote that is stocked with microdose resources, with journal prompts, playlists, further information on your chosen blend, a gratitude journal, and a calendar. The calendar is so key because with busy lives, with so many things going on, when you're following a protocol, sometimes you need to visually remember, like, yes, Monday is my dose day. So on Tuesday, Wednesday, I will not be dosing. I will be taking the other supplement at the bottom of the bottle. Then, so on Thursday is your dose day, and going on from there, but you have this visual guide to remind you how to keep up with it. The reasoning for the supplement is to be a supportive ally, a grounding force, to help the medicine to continue to work through our time together on this journey. If you would like more information, definitely click through on our website to read more about Jurema, to read more about Bobinsana, to read more about Los Niños Santos, the golden teachers, the little children, and to learn more about how other medicines in our Botanica can support you on your 30-day journey. Happy traveling.